Bernese Mountain Dog versus Greater Swiss Mountain Dog. What's the difference? The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog and the Bernese Mountain Dog are intensely similar with only a few differences. If you are trying to decide between the two for your next canine companion, let's dig in to find out which breed is better suited for your lifestyle. Comparing the Bernese Mountain Dog versus the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog as your next family companion. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog, commonly referred to as the Swissy, is another Swiss Mountain Dog breed. Throughout this video, to save us from getting tongue-tied, we will refer to them as the Berner and the Swissy. They are strikingly similar, and their personalities are too. But they must be slightly different to be considered individual breeds, right? You got it. And here in this breed comparison video, we are going to discover each of the subtle differences. Because just one of them might be enough to help you decide which one is the better pooch for you and your family. So, before we cheese you off with all these tongue twisters, let's jump straight into the details of these cheese-loving Swiss canines. Breed history. The Bernese Mountain Dog and the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog are very similar to one another, and this is because of their similar origins and pasts. But there are a few differences between them, which is what makes them separate breeds. Bernese Mountain Dog. The Bernese Mountain Dog hails from Bern, in Switzerland. Bern is an area famous for its dairy farms, making cheese, milk, and many other products. For centuries, the Berner was used as a herder, farm protector, and cart puller. Known to pull many times his weight, he was a valued part of the farm. But in the 20th century, his numbers started to dwindle because he was slowly being replaced by tractors and other vehicles. Swiss breed lovers realized that they had to step into action to save the breed, and that is what they did. A professor called Albert Heim established the Berner Breed Club in 1907. But it wasn't until 1926 that his American history began. A farmer from Kansas imported a pair, and the rest is history. In 2020, he is the 22nd most popular dog breed in America, according to the American Kennel Club, AKC. Greater Swiss Mountain Dog. The Greater Swiss Mountain Dog is a much older dog breed than the Berner. And it is thought that the Swissy dates back to the Roman era. It is believed that his ancestors were Julius Caesar's Mastiff-type war dogs, and this is why he is known as the Greater one. He is also the foundation of the 4 Swiss breeds and the largest too. The Greater Swiss is also a component breed of Saint Bernard, who is not one of the 4 Swiss mountain breeds, contrary to popular belief. He isn't localized to a particular area, unlike the Berner. But similar to Berner, he too was used for farm work. Being much bigger and more powerful, his specialist skill was to haul heavily laden carts packed full of meat and dairy to markets. Again, like Berner, his numbers dwindled with the rise of mechanical transportation. But Albert Heim, who created the Berner Club, also established the Swissy Club 2 years later and lobbied for them to be their own breed. Appearance. Their appearance is one of the main differences between these guys. It's also the reason why they were first classified as separate breeds. The Berner is the smaller of the two, but he is by no means small. He weighs between 70 and 115 pounds, and he measures between 23 and 28 inches tall. Compared to the Swissy, who weighs between 85 and 140 pounds, and he measures just 1 inch taller. The Berner has a longer and shaggier coat than the Swissy, whose coat is much shorter and tighter. They both have double-layered and thick coats, but the Berner is the more demanding of the two when it comes to his grooming. Both breeds sport the traditional Swiss colors, which are black, white, and rust. They both have the classic white blaze marking on their muzzle to their forehead. Because of Berner's shaggy good looks and similar size, they are often mistaken for a Saint Bernard with a black coat. Temperament. Their temperaments are both similar and different. The first similarity is that they both make fantastic family dogs. They are both affectionate, loving, and see themselves as lap dogs who can squeeze themselves onto your lap. We hope you like the feeling of dead legs. They admire their human pack and would do anything to protect them. As with previous farm guards, you can find a fantastic guard dog in both of these guys. They might not necessarily pick a fight as such, but they'll certainly finish it if someone tries to harm his family. The Swissy is the most protective of the two breeds, and he has a more dominant personality. He needs an experienced dog owner, whereas the Berner could be taken on by a first-time dog owner. The Berner is the more cuddly of the two breeds, mainly because he is slightly more laid-back than the Swissy. This is one of the reasons why they are a popular parent breed for several designer Berner mixes. If we had to choose which breed would win the Gentle Giant award, it would be the Berner for sure. As a harder working farm dog, The Swissy is the more serious one who needs a lot more interaction throughout the day to keep him entertained. Exercise. Both the Berner and the Swissy need an hour of exercise every single day. It doesn't matter if there is snow on the ground, in fact, they would both love that. As giant dog breeds, they need long and leisurely strolls around the local nature reserve or park. They both love the fresh air and will get cabin fever if they are cooped up for too long. As pups, neither of them should be exercised hard because of their large bodies and joints. Too much impact can cause developmental abnormalities, so it's best to avoid intense activity altogether. Being the more laid-back pup, the Berner less interaction in the daytime. He's more than happy to snooze for a few hours, and you'll certainly know about it when his loud snores start echoing around the house. The Swissy needs much more interaction throughout the day to burn off that extra energy of his. Think more intense playtimes, challenges, and a need for durable dog toys. Training. The Berner and the Swissy are both very trainable and intelligent dogs. They both respond well to positive reinforcement training, with a weakness for yummy treats. And lots of them, which you need to keep an eye on. We'll discuss this more in the nutrition section. The main difference between their training is that because the Swissy is a much more dominant dog breed, he needs a more robust owner. His new owner needs to be experienced with large dominant dogs. And to be fair, but strict with the rules of the house. The Berner still needs consistent training, but he is not as intense as the Swissy. As potentially protective dogs, it's so important that they are socialized from a young age. Many owners are often worried about socializing such big dogs with other dogs, but it's crucial. Otherwise, they can both become too much to handle when they reach their mature size. Expose them to as many dogs as possible, as well as other animals, humans, environments, and noises. Health. The Berner and the Swissy are giant breeds, and as such, you should expect that they have shorter lifespans than many other dog breeds. But, it might be surprising to learn that the smaller of the two has a shorter lifespan. The Berner is expected to live between 7 to 10 years, and the Swissy lives between 8 and 11 years. Overall, they are relatively healthy breeds, but the Swissy is the healthiest of the two breeds. The Berner is prone to both elbow and hip dysplasia, as is the Swissy. But the Swissy, being the heavier breed, is also prone to shoulder dysplasia, which is much less common than other joint dysplasias. They are also both prone to various eye concerns, such as progressive retinal atrophy and cataracts. In addition to this, Berner should be screened for various heart conditions, such as dilated cardiomyopathy. He is also susceptible to a condition known as von Willebrand's disease. A reputable breeder will screen for these conditions and only breed healthy dogs. Nutrition. The Berner will consume between 3 to 4 cups of food every day, and the Swissy will consume between 4 to 5 cups a day. How much they consume is all dependent on their size, age, and energy levels. Be sure not to overfeed them both because they are prone to easy weight gain, especially the Berner with his laid-back ways. Obesity can lead to further health problems, so it's imperative that you keep an eye on their food intake. They should both be fed a high-quality diet that provides them with well-balanced nutrition. A high-quality diet will include real meat proteins, carbohydrates, fiber, healthy omega fats, vitamins, and minerals. Another key ingredient to look out for is glucosamine and chondroitin, which will help support their large joints. As giant breeds, they should both be fed a kibble that is specifically designed for giant breeds, especially as puppies when their growth is quite rapid. These will contain the optimum nutrients that they need. This is particularly important during the development stage. Research shows that they can help to prevent or delay bone diseases such as hip, elbow, and shoulder dysplasia that both breeds are already prone to. Grooming. Their grooming needs are different, which is sometimes a main consideration for families trying to decide between the two breeds. The Berner is the only Swiss mountain dog to have a long silky coat. This means that his grooming schedule is more intense than the Swissy. The Berner needs brushing 2 or 3 times a week, and likely a need for shedding at least twice a year with a proper tool. Compared to the Swissy, who needs to be brushed once a week. During the shedding season, you can expect to brush the Berner a little more than this to keep on top of his shedding. They both need bathing once every 8 to 12 weeks. The Berner would benefit from a shampoo with conditioning ingredients, as this will prevent any hair tangling. But with double coats, you should also consider a concentrated shampoo for both breeds, as this will provide a deeper cleanse. Additionally, they are both dry-mouthed dogs, which means drooling should be minimal. But, as with all dogs, you may find a bit of doggy dribble around the home and on your favorite outfits. Puppy prices. The price of a puppy burner starts from around $1,500, which is slightly less than the cost of the Swissy, which starts at about $2,000. This is expected because the Swissy is a much rarer breed, and he is much larger too. If you are looking for a puppy from an award-winning lineage, you can expect to pay much more than this. Always make sure that you work with a reputable breeder who will allow you to meet the pups and their parents in person before you make any financial commitments. They will breed healthier dogs, and they will also raise them with love and begin the socialization process too. Final thoughts. The Bernese Mountain Dog and the Greater Swiss Mountain Dog are so similar because they are closely related. The Swissy is the oldest of the 4 Switzerland breeds, and he is the foundation of all 4 Swiss breeds. The Berner is a descendant of the Swissy, but he is localized to the Bern region. So, whether that makes him a cousin or a nephew, they are closely related. It is often their coat, size, and trainability differences that often determine which breed you might choose. But whichever breed you decide to swing for, know that you'll be getting a gentle giant that is perfectly suited to family life. Just be sure that you can meet their needs, and you'll soon be saying that Swiss cuddles are the best. If you like the video, then make sure to hit that like button. Also, if you want more dog training, guides, information, then make sure to subscribe to our channel. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments, and thank you for watching.